There is not a day that had gone by that I didn't think about having someone like you in my life. Is how they feel about you. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. So you know how you can have the idea of the person that you want to be with as clear as day. I want them to be like that, like this, like that, like that, like this. But sometimes I think people might go a little too far at times, because when they hold tight to that list, they could possibly miss out on someone who is actually good for them. And they think that what they want is what's the word? Set in stone. Like it can't, like as if even if they're not a tall person and they like to be with a tall person, even if they're like a little shorter than they imagined, they don't take into consideration that a person's personality and someone's like wit and swag, like somebody's energy can change your mind. Okay, somebody's energy can change your mind as to what you thought was like the end all be all for you. Like, oh no, I have to have that. If I don't have that, then I don't want them. And Spirit is like saying, you got to be careful of that, because you can miss someone that is like the love of your life and someone that would actually treat you right off the strength of holding on too tight to all these rigid ideas that you might have about who you want to be with. And also I'm picking up this energy of like, focus on what matters the most, which is how somebody treats you. And if you're actually attracted to them, because you have to be attracted to them. I mean, I know that some people, they're like, oh yeah, I could be in a relationship with somebody I think it looked like a monster, snag a fraggle rock, but everything else is good. That's not really feasible, because if you're looking at the person and they don't look good to you, it's not going to turn out well. Okay, so it's just not a good idea. I know some people do it. I had a teacher that did it. Okay, I don't even know why she would tell her students that, but I remember her, and she was my math teacher when I was in middle school. And we noticed, she was like, I don't know, how can I say? Well, she was away for a little bit, like she was out for a couple of weeks, and she had been pregnant, but we didn't know. And then by the time she came back, her belly was popping because she was pregnant. And so one day she just started talking about relationships, and I guess she calls herself teaching us how to choose a good person to be with. And she's like, I'm going to be honest. My husband is ugly. She said, I'm going to be honest. My husband is ugly. But he has money and he takes care of me. So yeah, that's that. So don't just look for the looks, which partially is correct. But I can't say that, because look, if I'm going to be with you, I want to look at you and like what I see. I can't be with somebody all day and they look like how I don't want them to look. So I would not give that advice. I don't think it's smart. And I think it breeds a territory of unhappiness and somebody ending up going out and cheating. I just feel like that, why do that? Like, don't do that, right? At least that's how I feel, It really depends on a person's intention. And clearly, her intention was to keep all her money in her pocket and to use her husband's money, which is sweet. But I mean, it's sweet to a certain extent. That's nice when someone, not nice, but it's loving when someone cares for their husband or wife, or their wife, in such a way. But she don't even like, I don't know, it's weird. It's a little weird. But this person, I don't know why I just went there. I don't know, my thoughts went there because it was a memory. And it just somehow goes with this message. I just let it flow. Y'all know how I do. Okay, so now this person is like in this space where you fit. Not fit, but you are a representation of what they dreamed of, what they hoped for. Let me put it like that. So back to that list, you actually do check off on this list that they created. So it's like you are a manifestation. You are the manifestation of what they've had in their mind according to what they want in a person. So they're not the type to say, oh, there are certain things, let me put it like this, that are non-negotiable. So if they know that they're not attracted, they're not going to just be with someone that they're not attracted to. And a lot of people would not do that. And I think that's a good idea not to do that, because it just breeds territory for trouble, like future trouble, and someone feeling used or someone not feeling the love that they should feel, especially when they're doing their part. There should be some attraction there. That doesn't make sense to do that. Even though people do it all the time, because their intentions are not really about the person, it's about what they can get. So be careful of that for masculine and feminine energies. If you know that the person is more attracted to what you have than you, you better leave them. I don't care how good they look. Leave them alone, because you about to go into a trail of the unknown that's not good. I mean, every aspect of our future, well, to a certain extent, our future is unknown. Yes, we don't know everything, but at the same time, that type of environment is just unhealthy. It's not healthy, because the reason why anyone should want to be with you is because they actually love you for you, not because of what you have. That's crazy. Okay, so this person loves you for you. That is what this message is about, even though I did a loop-de-loo, because I was like, wait a minute, how I could put this together here. I wasn't feeling it for a second, but I was feeling it at the same time. That's how you got to do with spirit. You just got to let spirit speak through you, and let the God in you just be creative and just say what's on the flow of consciousness at that time, and then put it together as you go. That's a part of like training yourself. That's like spirit teaching you in training, because we do have family or our ancestors and our spirit guides that help us through this life and help nudge our intuition so that we know how to move. That's a real thing, because I've used it plenty of times in my life, and it doesn't steer me wrong. My intuition doesn't steer me wrong. When you start trusting yourself like that, you start to live a different life, and it's an improvement from the life you lived before. And you stop caring about things that you shouldn't care about. You begin to recognize what's worth caring about and what is not worth it. Okay? So this person actually put worth on their care to align with someone who not only that loves them, but that they love, and then they're actually attracted with, or attracted to, and aligned with spiritually. So they ain't asked for much, yet they got it all. However, even though they didn't ask for much, what they asked for is most important, and that's what matters the most. So if this is someone that you would appreciate being in a relationship with, just off the strength of how they make decisions and how they genuinely love you, and how you are a manifestation of the person that they dream to be with, like you are their dream person, put that down in the comments if that means something to you. If that's if that's who you declare is an energy that you would love to be in a long-term relationship with. So that's it for this message. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, especially if this message does resonate with you. If you would like to book a healthy conversation, you can by visiting www.milkhoneyRose.org. There is a discounted rate until October 31st. So book your healthy conversation today. Also, you can join the membership. I did just post last night in the membership area. So for additional content, go ahead and join. Be a member. Join the tribe, the alchemical tribe, because we transform things. Okay, we transform all types of nonsensical activity and we make it beautiful. Okay, this is what we do here. We do the thing. just like that. And we improve our lives. We don't just stay stagnant and stuck. We get better every day. And that's it for this message. I'll see you in the next one.